What's going on? Hello, you wonderful people out there in the beautiful trans universe. I kind of like that. I think we need to I think we need to work with that. What's going on, guys? It is so exciting to be back in the studio with you. It is Tuesday. It is season 3. It is episode 7, and this is Transworld Live. Very excited to be back here in a much drier environment. Hopefully, last week you had a great experience. We went out to Jim Slanker's home haunt, which is just so exciting, so amazing to get to see all of these amazing, passionate people that do everything that we love about Halloween. Um, Super excited to be here. If you notice, I get to be in the studio this week, and we have Nicole out in the field this week, but I'll get to that in just a second. We've got a couple of quick announcements here. Of course, it's our mid-season review. So we want to see, if you want to put in the comments, how are things going for you? You know, we officially start the 13 days of Halloween today. So we have officially 13 days left to Halloween. We know your attractions are doing wonderful things. Let us know how you're doing. We have been hearing tons of great comments all over from coast to coast about tickets selling out, long lines, lots of happy people who are not sleeping at night. So that's we love, and let's keep that going. Hopefully that is the same experience for what you guys are feeling out there. So excited. We have 24 days. I can't believe it. 24 days to the Legendary Haunt Tour. So yesterday, the hotel block did expire. So unfortunately, we don't have some amazing hotel rates. There's still some amazing hotel choices, but you can still get tickets. There are a few that are left. So please go to legendaryhaunttour.com. This year, the second weekend in Nashville, going to 4 amazing attractions, meeting with people from all coasts, from all walks of this industry, being able to hobnob with the best and the brightest and see some amazing attractions, eat some great food, and be with great people. But we'll talk about that in just a little bit here. So excited to be here. And just in a second here, we're going to be going to Nicole live in the field. Super excited. We have one more note. Hopefully, if you're a part of the Transworld email list, you got a direct email talking about our friend Pandora Rose from Haunters Hangout. As we talked, Nicole mentioned it a little bit last show, and hopefully you got a little chance to read in that email. Our industry is a family, and when somebody falls or somebody's having a little bit of tough times, we circle around them, we help them. We take care of each other. And that's what this industry, that's what brings us close together. And Pandora Rose is one of those amazing people with her ability and her outreach through Haunters Hangout, and just being an amazing person, is going through some health issues and a battle with cancer right now. All of that information is available in the email, but we really wanted to present it again to let you guys know, if you can spare a few dollars, and help our friend out, please, Robert's going to put the GoFundMe link into the chat right now. If you can spend a few dollars, I know it will help her. She has done nothing but amazing things to give back to all of us. For those that were at MHC, do you remember how many free giveaways they had? I think it was like 200 some props. The giveaways were just constant. They're always giving back. And so this is 100% an opportunity where we can give back to someone who is just unbelievably deserving and selfless. So thank you in advance on behalf of Jen, Rich, and the entire Transworld team. Thank you for your support. And of course, we're going to keep Pandora Rose in our thoughts and our hearts. As she fights this, we fight it together as a community and as a family. So thank you in advance for your love and passion. Well, back to the screams here. Super excited. My amazing co-host also wears another pretty big hat. And that gives us the opportunity to have a very unique perspective. So Transworld Live, we're pretty excited because we get to bring you up close, live, and personal with some of the best attractions and the best minds in the business. And hopefully, you're going to continue to tune in every Tuesday to see who we've got for you this week. But Nicole has a super secret past and present, all the way from her home in New York here. He is actually the director of a haunted attraction that is on the coast of beautiful Lake Ontario, uh, 30 minutes north of Syracuse. Of course, you know her, you love her. You might have seen her on Transworld Live. Our very own Nicole Ginsberg from Frightmare Farms. How are you?
I'm great. Can you guys hear me and see me okay?
It's
Yes.
awesome.
Double
I,
thumbs up. All right. Awesome. Okay.
I,
I'm gonna be like running around like a kid in a candy store. I feel like you are all coming over to my sleepover at my house and we've got a whole night in store for this. So all right, we are, yes, Frightmare Farms, Haunted Scream Park. We are in central New York. So those that are can reach out and like, hey, I'm going to New York City. I'm like, awesome. If you want to go about 4.5 hours north, you can come and see me in Syracuse. So those that don't know geographically, New York is a huge state. So we are right smack dab in the middle, as Chris said, on the shores of one of the Great Lakes. But we have a very unique perspective here, and I'm going to do my very best to show you guys all that we're doing up here. And so, we've brought you mega shows from across the country, and now I'm bringing you to my haunted house away from home type thing, right? So, are you guys? I'm ready to just jump right in. All right, so I'm going to try also on this to be lit, but this is the park. I'm going to also try to be careful with lighting and stuff for you guys. But we've got, so when you walk in, we have an outdoor movie screen. We have a tech director in the dark. We've got Sean in his normal pose. We
Nicole,
have, yeah.
If Nicole, so real quick, so you have 4 fully fledged award-winning attractions there.
Yeah.
Is that right? And
Yes.
and 2 adrenaline rooms?
Yes, those are brand new this year. And I'm actually going to give you a sneak peek of the adrenaline rooms and kind of talk about those because those are doing phenomenal in so many ways. But this is our outdoor atmosphere. This is where the Hocus Pocus, Sleepy Hollow. Oh God, oh God.
Okay. So listen. All right. So you all know Nicole. She's been like sitting here the entire time, becoming like an icon in the Transworld community. But all of a sudden, I've just been sitting here behind a hayride watching Netflix, and the 5G signal is really weak, and I really want to see Ted Lasso. So I'm gonna need Apple TV pretty soon. Anyway, let me introduce myself. My name is Xavier, and I'm kind of Nicole's assistant during the show process. So it's really nice to meet you folks on Transworld Live. I'm really excited to be visible.
Xavier, I heard you're the secret assistant.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. And what that really means is, Nicole really does all the behind scenes work. Like, she's the one that's really creating and making everything happen. But on the night of the show, basically it's the two of us running things. We open the attractions, we close them, and during the rehearsal scene, my big thing is working with and coaching the actors. So among other things, we of course, like any haunted attraction, we have everything ranging from your scare actors who are, jumping out with a great startle to everything from we have some highly skilled improv actors that actually host our hayride. And so we have been, we've been really trying to implement a fully fledged improv curriculum. I have a background in theater and improv myself. And so we've been trying to kind of implement that and create something where basically when my body starts to fall apart, when my body continues to fall apart, I can toss the reins and then hang out in a nice jacket like Nicole.
All right, listen, don't listen to all that the characters have to offer here. No, but we wanted to bring in, obviously, one of the major things that's magic about Frightmare is our actors, and we have a lot of them. And they are what makes the magic with the show. Obviously, with our director team, management team, all have that too. You guys can see me all the time. You guys can't see all of this all the time. This is one of our plane crashes. I shouldn't say one of. It's a plane crash. It's very, very cool. It's got the fog and everything else. Let me know if you guys can't see that.
It's very cozy.
But Nicole, that's part of the magic.
Nicole, you're getting some love from Sean. He said he was just there 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yes. Hi, Sean. Sean works at a neighboring haunt, and they came out and supported us on one of our Sunday shows. So it was awesome to see him actually in person. But we have a lot of photo op stuff out here too, right? And I think Sean actually took a picture with one of these at one point. And but we, we really love to create the outdoor atmosphere, and have the fun here as much as possible. And Xavier is a huge part of that, along with about 20 other Q and scare actors in that area.
Highly trained, highly made up.
Yeah. Chris, hit me with your questions because I'll just keep talking,
Well, first, Kyle gives 5 lemons up. So that's a huge award there.
Kyle, thank you. I love the lemons. I appreciate that. That makes my day.
That's a big deal there. I know that you have an amazing attraction. You're going to walk us through everything, but I'm
going to try to do everything that I can.
Yeah. I wanted to start off actually on something that's really cool and very unique to you guys. So you are officially the first haunted attraction to be certified sensory inclusive by Culture City. Tell us all about that, what that means in the process.
Okay. Yeah. So that's actually really huge. So Culture City is a huge thing for me. And I think I've talked about it. And you know what? And it's probably candidly in the industry, but I'm a mom to special needs children. And what that has translated to since they were very young is the inability to actually be able to go out and function as a typical family. What I mean by that is sporting events, even haunted attractions, a lot of other things, you cannot go to without having a lot of equipment, I guess. So headphones, fidget toys, things that help to minimize and keep children that have sensory needs comfortable. And so I actually discovered a company called Culture City, and what their entire premise is making the impossible possible. So I really got into it and looking into it more and more for myself as a parent, and I was like, oh my God, wait, there is not a haunted attraction that's like this. So it's an incredibly large platform for me because one of the coolest things is they come in, they train your staff. It doesn't interrupt your show. You don't have to do specific nights. It is something that you offer at all times. And coming from me, again, we've got a large staff. It is quite possibly one of the easiest things we've ever done. And it's made the largest impact on our community. And individuals with sensory needs are not just individuals with ADHD or autism. It also is PTSD, those that have been in the military, those that are affected by sights, sounds, smells. It also covers epilepsy. So, that was really important. There is a fee with it for all of it. But again, it's been important to us. It's been very important to bring here to the community. And it's, something that we're not only really proud of because all of our staff does take that pledge with us, but it's something that we're really proud to offer to the community as well.
It's amazing. And I really wanted to start off with that because we talk about inclusivity. We talk about making sure that everyone feels excited and accepted as part of our family. And to have people that might not be able to experience the attraction in the same way, to be able to be open to those needs and to be able to receive and perform in that way is amazing. Jason, from the fans here also, and I think you're going to agree with this, just for anyone that's interested in learning more about this, it is Culture City with a K.
Yes. Okay. And if anybody is interested to get a hold of me, I can absolutely connect them with it. They do a lot of personal certification as well. You don't necessarily need to be part of an organization. But I wanted to say, so on our inclusivity, we talk about this all the time, right out in one of our extended queue lines, along with our awesome sponsors, is none other than Hunters Against Hate. And we make that very well known right out in the main thoroughfare for all to see that is part of our mission as well.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We love Paul. We love that mission. So, okay, well, let's start at the beginning. Like, how long have you guys been doing this?
All right. So we've been doing this in this property since 2012. So we had an inaugural season years ago, trying to figure out, going pro is kind of crazy idea, right? People think you're nuts. They're like, what do you mean? Professional haunted houses, right? But so we had that inaugural season to kind of try it out, see what that was going to be like. And then we jumped right in, right? In 2012. So I always share this personal fact. That is also the year that I delivered my twins, September 10th, and we opened September 28th. So my kids are as old as Frightmare Farm.
Major life.
Yeah, I love to say that because, those days that when an actor gets sick or whatever, I'm like, listen, I delivered twins when I was no. It's my only like claim to fame. Here, I'm gonna show you guys some stuff so you don't have to look at me the whole time. But with that being said, we've grown so much since then, right? So everybody loves a good prop, some photo op stuff. But we have grown by 4 attractions, including a hayride,
Okay.
which for us, we're kind of like this small town haunt, and we're like, I can't believe we're going to do it. Fun fact on that, we launched that in the year 2020. So along with all the COVID stuff, yeah, we took a glutton for punishment and went ahead and did that too. So here, I'm going to walk you guys to something else that's really fun. Go ahead, Chris. You're interviewing me. Don't let me steal your show.
I know this is so wild, right? What was your first? So was your first attraction the estate, the haunted estate, and you built from there?
The haunted estate. Yep,
Okay.
It's in an interior building. At the time, it was about like 5,000 square feet. It's had a lot of additions since then.
Sure.
But that was the initial one, and then from there we grew the Haunted Mine Trail, which is a trail all the way through the woods. It's actually pretty big. And then we added the Labyrinth, which is an indoor-outdoor maze style attraction. And then, of course, the Haunted Hayride. And, nothing official, but there's always more in the works,
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
Can I take you back to 2012? So you and your husband decide to start a brand new attraction. Where did you go for information? So anybody that might be listening.
So yes. So one of the things is for me and my husband, both my real husband and haunt husbands, as I joke, was being an enthusiast, right? So going to all the best haunted attractions, going into it. And in fact, I don't know if I've ever told you my story. When I first heard the story of opening a professional haunted attraction, I was like, I am scared of my own shadow. However, somebody said to me, they're like, well, wait, like, do you know anybody that does marketing? And I was like, I went to school for marketing. I can help with the marketing. I can do marketing. Do you know anybody that does stage management, costumes, makeup? And I was like, I'm getting into the haunted house business, aren't I? And that's what happened in a lot of ways. So, and of course, everything's grown, right? Everything has grown. The amount of people that we have involved, the amount of managers, directors, everything. It's a big operation. And it's a big operation for us, right?
Oh, sure.
And like, and I talked about it off screen, and I'll talk about it now. I was kind of like little old us, like, all right, yeah, actually, yeah. Like we've worked really hard. There's a lot of passion filled. And I think, even when talking to some of the biggest haunters in the country, it started off with liking Halloween, and I think I've touched on that multiple times that, I love Halloween. Here, I'm going to show you guys one of our adrenaline rooms. So I do want to talk to you guys about those too.
Tell us what's an adrenaline room for anybody that might not know.
All right. So an adrenaline room is like an escape room, except it is high octane fear, high octane throughput. It is taking the customers and taking them into a unique situation and scaring the bejesus out of them. I broke my cardinal rule and did not bring a flashlight in here, but scaring them, but also challenging them, right?
Okay.
So we're getting actually rave reviews on this, so much so that we're going to bring it to Transworld to a lot of you guys so that you'll be able to, experience this or at least talk about it there. Excuse me, just a moment. I'm go into one of them that's a little more lit, and show you guys around. But it's a very large space, right, that we take, and you've got let me just see, you've got 7 minutes to go up against a creature, a monster, and you're able to, there's multiple different things that you have to do. And what we do here is there's a high score, so they're competing not only against themselves but also other players from the night. So it's really cool, right? So, and I don't know if you guys know this, we're also, our sister company is the Museum of Intrigue. So some of you guys know me from that side of the world. We brought escape rooms here 7-8 years ago now. We debuted it in the haunted attraction. We got into the escape room industry by accident because we wanted to use space in the haunt. So since then, we've always, people really like to use the haunted attraction for that. So they've come to us with those escape expectations. In our market here, escape rooms are great, but we're a fast moving market here. So we've got to keep our customers on the edge of their seats. In addition, we are a fast attraction. Like, we've got a lot going on. We want you to experience a whole bunch of things in one night. Right. So it's really important to keep them coming back for more. And we do a summer scream event where we debut a lot of really cool things. And we ended up doing awesome with the adrenaline rooms. And so we added more.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to go into the dark and back out to the monster midway, as we call it.
Awesome. And folks that are watching, please post in the comments. We know that we have escape rooms from coast to coast, but adrenaline rooms sound really awesome. Yeah. If you've been through one, please tell us about it.
Well, and so we haven't heard of that term. That's kind of why we used it, to the allure on that side. Here, you guys want to start going through an attraction too?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, I'm that host that's like, let's get it done. No. So again, you guys came over. I made brownies. Like, we got to eat. We still have a movie to do later. No, I'm kidding. Remember the sleepover, Chris? That's what you're kidding. Okay. I know. So on the other side, so with adrenaline room specifically, we were looking for something that's new and different. Like most people that attend Transworld, they want to bring new and different to their customers. And so that's what we wanted to do as well. So we went through. Oh, look at that. Let me just blind myself. We went through and brought it right here, and it's really worked out for us. So we love it.
Awesome. Very nice. Well, you're getting some love from Jason Howard,
you guys,
who says this place is guaranteed this.
Oh, hey, guy.
It's guaranteed to scare the yell out of you.
I'm sure that some of our corpse crew members, as we lovingly call them, have shared this all over the place. So I'm going to be interested to see who we've got coming to talk and check things out with us. So, all right, let me know. I am going to bring you into the haunted estate. So part of the haunted estate, if you can, are we still good with signal?
We are. It's a little fading in and out, but you're here.
Let me
you're
move
here
in this side.
Okay. I have one more comment from Jason, if you can hear me. He said, someone put it perfectly that the devil works hard, but Nicole works harder. I think we might be losing her on the signal here. See what happens when you have a wonderfully big attraction that has some great walls. You can't get a good signal, so that's a good thing because people shouldn't be bringing out their cell phones. So I know we've got some footage here, and we got Nicole back. Hey,
I was gonna say, I think you got me back. I think I'm here.
I think we
did.
did.
See me now?
Woohoo!
Okay,
we can.
I'm gonna slow down. So I had some house lights on. I'm gonna try to turn this camera and do some.
Sean seconded. Seconded. Uh-oh, I think we're losing Nicole. Well, one of the cool things that we really want to mention about Nicole's attraction, Frightmare Farms, is that they were actually named one of the top haunts by the Haunted Attraction Association for this year, for 2022, which is a huge honor, especially because Nicole likes to be very humble about it, but she has an amazing attraction that she doesn't think sometimes can rub shoulders with some of the other wonderfully big name known attractions. So if you get a chance, got to check this out, frightmarefarmsny.com, as we're waiting for Nicole to come back here. frightmarefarmsny.com. Check it out. They've got an amazing media setup. Obviously getting some love in the comments here that you need to go. Nicole, I think we got you back.
All right, listen. Okay, so apparently, so we have Wi-Fi everywhere, but apparently I've often joked that I think the attraction's haunted in a lot of ways. Apparently they don't want to show you all the inside. So yeah, yeah. So we're gonna keep this going the best that we can. This is live. We talk about it all the time. I'm wondering if you guys are up for a little hayride action.
I'm always up.
I mean, Chris, it's up to you. That's up to you. All right.
I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What, hayride action?
Hayride action.
Oh, man.
We're
actually going on the hayride.
We're hanging with Xavier. This is great.
I know. Yeah. So, all right. So this is gonna be the off-roading part, and while I'm doing that, the tech director is gonna check on that Wi-Fi signal. We got a pretty sweet setup for you guys here. Again, we're live.
Well, big credit
It's gonna get a little live.
To your guys, Aaron and Sean, for their assistance in this process as well.
Yes, Aaron is right here. Aaron, wave.
Aaron's
going to show us the store in a little bit too.
Okay.
Once that Wi-Fi signal gets replenished. But so if you guys, Chris, give me the thumbs up if you're ready.
Oh, we're
going to try to head on over to the hayride.
So
all
excited.
Right.
Let's see this. So Nicole,
all right.
Tell us a little bit. So obviously you opened up a new attraction. You had planned for this to happen in 2020. Pandemic hit. But you still went forth and you opened a new attraction. How was that experience?
Terrifying, right? We had joked, we had like coins because we are, talking about Museum of Intrigue and stuff. We had actually done a T-shirt at one point that was called we said terrifyingly creative because it was the conjoined thing. It came to life when we started talking about the hayride. I mean, that was years in the making. That wasn't just like a decision. Hey, it's 2020. Let's do this crazy thing. It had been a process, right? So that was interesting, especially in COVID. We learned a ton from that. We learned that the throughput is definitely an issue at that point, and we should really get excited for when the pandemic was over. And now that it is, that is something that we look forward to. Now we do have headlights on, as you can see, and this area here actually does have like a ton of special effects that we normally have going off. We don't want to show all of our secrets, obviously, but you can see that there are sets and scenes that are all out here throughout. And we have, again, awesome actors that do a lot of different scenes. We have a lot of different crazy creative costuming, and we use a lot of heights too, just like you do with any sort of hayride. Here we are at Lakewood Cemetery. Ooh. And as we start to embark into the woods, this has got like a very Sleepy Hollow feel. Let's see if we can get it. No, I guess we do need the lights.
Also, it's 42 degrees outside right now.
Yes, it is 42 degrees, and it is very, very cold. But we, as you can see, we really do fall here in a lot of ways. And this is our church and graveyard. And as we head down this thing, I'm going to turn the camera on us just in case there's any cool triggerable props that might get us while we're out here in the woods that we can kind of talk about.
You're getting some love from somebody named Jeremy. He just says, hi.
So he made it home from the fundraiser. That's great. Yeah. Xavier knows Jeremy, I think. Yeah. So we obviously, due to the magic of television, are not going to give away all of our secrets. And we're also not going to make you wait here while we run through the woods. We're in a super secret location to bring you guys, to bring you guys some really cool stuff. So, how are the comments? Is everybody like, oh my God, this is awful. This is terrible. Nicole, come back to the studio. Chris is struggling.
Nothing but love.
Okay.
Sean points out, at least it is not raining, and I agree with that.
Yes, Sean. Or snowing. So this is one of the western villages you might happen upon if you jump on a wagon at Frightmare Farms Haunted Scream Park. And this has a motley crew of characters, as one can imagine,
Sure.
that dazzle some of the foresty parts out here. And this is of course called Frightmare Forest, and it's the backstory changes every year. This year it's the legend of the Pig Man.
Oh,
And so he's been out here this year terrorizing everybody,
okay.
and really giving everybody a quite the scare all the way around. And
How many,
let me
Nicole,
try to
we're getting a question
Yeah.
of how many staff do you have in each of your attractions?
on each of the attractions. Oh, see, we got some cool effects happening. So it depends on any given night, but overall we average 160 to 180 a night.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty big park. We're on a little over 40 acres between a couple of different properties. So between the hayride and then where the main campus is, plus parking, we have 3 different parking lots on most nights, sometimes 4.
Okay.
And then this is a chaotic area that does not show that well on camera, but you can hear it.
Well,
So on any given night, and most attractions average at least 20 to 40 actors.
do you have any full-time year-round staff?
So we have three year-round builders and designers and people that work, we would classify as the full-time positions. Obviously, there's a lot of other of us that are, that fueled on passion and does a lot when it comes to creating and continuing to build and add other stuff to the haunted attraction. But we do have a workshop that's functioning and builders that work on that. Plus we use a lot of other vendors.
Okay.
Speaking of vendors, we have some really cool stuff. We're going to try to get this guy right here.
Oh, wow.
He's fun.
Oh, wow.
He is very fun. Yeah.
It looks great, but we're also getting some love from our friend David Seneker, who said the detail is top notch.
Thanks, David. That's really awesome to hear. Thank you. Detail is top notch, Aaron. Did you hear that? Yeah, giving love to Aaron because he's one of the individuals that's out here. I mean, he's the hayride manager, so him and his team do an awesome job out here. Obviously, anybody that's a little insight, anybody that's wanted to put it in a haunted hayride, it is a lot of work and it requires a lot of detailing. It requires a lot of sets, a lot of building, a lot of passion on the other side, and a lot of collaboration. Leaning on certain people to help and to give different insight and do a lot of coaching. Shout out to Randy Bates, shout out to Reaper's Revenge, because those guys were really awesome in helping as we were getting to that Paul, Todd. They were a great resource because it's scary, right, in and of itself. And then there's a lot of things that can happen along the way with getting open and ready to go.
Excellent.
You guys want to take a quick stop at the gift shop?
What is it?
Trinkets and treasures. I know, right? All right. So again, I have Aaron here. I'm going to totally call on him and Xavier. I'm going to let them go in.
Oh,
this is Trinkets and Treasures. This is, as you know, we're outdoor attraction mostly. We do have interior and stuff, but we grew out of the inside very, very quickly. This is the first stages of this new gift shop.
Hi, Aaron.
And yeah, they say hi, Aaron. Xavier's already in here picking out his favorite stuff.
It's like a shopping
I know.
spree.
Don't mind some of the emptier shelves. I don't know if Chris mentioned this. It's been a great year in the haunted attraction industry, and merch is hot in a lot of ways. So yeah, you can see this is one of our most popular designs right now. This is actually our adrenaline room. It's called, one of them is called See No Evil.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Aaron, is there anything you want to add? Hold on, we're trying to. Oh yeah, you remember the last time we met? Aaron He's really a natural. I don't know. Can you hear him? Talk loud. Yeah, can you?
It's a new store. We moved from its old location. It was a little bit smaller than this. It was a little pretty dark as well. And I was able to display it a lot nicer than what it was. I think that's made a difference in the sales for the store here too.
Well, it
Yeah,
looks great from
Chris,
this
did you
end.
hear him?
We could hear most of
Okay.
it. Most.
Were you
of it,
able to
but
hear him, Chris? Okay, good.
Most
good.
of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is a hint for those that are wondering if they should upgrade certain things or if they should not do it. The answer to that question is yes. It made a huge difference, as you can see. Aaron was like, "Don't show the empty shelves." I'm like, I don't know if we can really avoid it. So needless to say, a preseason order has been placed. There, yeah, more coming this week. So, yeah, Chris, how are we doing? How are we doing on time? I can try to go back into one of the attractions.
We are doing great. People are really excited about being able to kind of get a sneak peek into
Yay!
all 4 of your attractions if we can. And obviously we got a chance to see the hayride. I know that signal may be a tough part with the estate.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the house one more time. Let's go over there. We'll try to walk through there. What we're gonna do is, hold on. Let me bring the light. You guys coming with me?
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And then we do have some questions about the labyrinth. They want to hear more about your labyrinth.
Oh, what do you want to know about? Who's asking that? Is that Jeremy? Is Jeremy asking about the labyrinth?
A side,
skeleton.
Oh,
That made me really happy.
Wait,
Whenever
side
that
note.
fun.
yes.
Sean wants to say that he went into the merch section this year, and it's definitely a huge upgrade. Super excited about it. So.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. Thank you, Sean. Sean actually came out to our Summer Scream event too. All right, guys. Sorry, the camera's doing a wonky thing. So he got to see the old and the new very frequently. Am I going in by myself? They love to do this to me, Chris. They love to send me in by myself and scare me. I cannot guarantee that nobody's.
Having gone through some attractions with you, I love the experience too. So I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that. I mean, you know, I'm an awful shy person, right? So I don't know if you just heard Xavier. I'm not allowed to go in back of him because I reached in and grabbed his intestines once. That's a real thing. Yeah, that's a real thing. We're gonna try to see what will translate from the labyrinth if we could even get some of it. Again, super dark. But yeah, this is like the area you kind of wait in. The labyrinth is werewolves. So of that, you know.
Is it outdoor, indoor?
All right, go ahead.
Like, do you use like half walls? What?
For the labyrinth, we actually do indoor, outdoor for the labyrinth. So let me try to see if I can get some of this to translate for you guys. It's very, very, very dark over in this part. And you can kind of see, obviously, this is the back of what we usually walk into. But you get to go through and we send you, let me see if the thunder and lightning can show you some of this. And you start weaving through and you get to go into different, are you guys seeing okay?
It's dark, but we're catching things. There we go.
Okay.
Now we're starting to get some stuff.
All right, so in here,
that's a lot.
There is a fantastic, dynamic actor that is normally in here, and he usually will take you through. Sorry, guys. Literally, the spirits of Frightmare Farm are like hitting the gimbal, hitting all sorts of stuff. It's very crazy. But one of the actors who is in here is a retired ringmaster, right?
Oh.
So he, yeah. So he ends up taking you through, kind of luring you in for his new dog show.
Nice.
Yeah, the dog show is, of course, werewolves. So he got some puppies. He's in the dog business now, and he's sorry.
I like the theme. We have the
pigs. They whip around a corner and they scare me. Yeah. So we've got all sorts of stuff. So one of the big things though that's really cool that we do, and it's pretty ambitious, we change themes every year, right?
Okay.
So even though if like the attraction and the scenes haven't changed,
Mhm.
the theme starts to change. And yeah, and here's Xavier, and got to be careful what you put lights on, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go in. I'm not sure how far I'm terrified again. So like the labyrinth before has also been we've done vampires, we've done the Museum of Fright. That's actually what's attached on the labyrinth here. We'll see that in a minute. And that is where our Professor Whitaker, who is
Oh.
our overall madman behind the screams here. This is a train scene. Whoop, 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 is creates the themes and screams for that year.
Okay.
So, all right, Chris, how am I doing? Sorry.
No,
This
you're
is a
doing
lot
great.
of
The
work.
signal
How
is
did you do this last week? A little choppy.
it's a little choppy, but it's coming and going. There we go. You're way back. We can see that. That looks good.
All right. So yeah, this is all part of the labyrinth. This
Now we do
yeah,
we have a request from Ching?
we love her. She's
She
great.
is gorgeous. We do have a request. If you have time and we can fit it, if we could see
Yeah.
your makeup and your costuming department.
Oh my God. Yes, it's not as glamorous as you think it is. Yes, but yes, we're gonna show it to you. You know, like, you know, you're doing a house tour and people are like, I want to see your teen's bedroom. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's that bad, right? But sorry guys, I'm gonna take you out an egress here. No, it's good and it's awesome. And actually it's one of our other things that changed during COVID. We actually used to have a spot outside of all the attractions that was called Actor Alley. And Actor Alley has since changed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Actor Alley has since changed to the workshop.
Okay.
Here, I'm going to show you guys one of these cool things. Xavier, can you pose for us, please?
Yeah, can I hop on or am I going to break it?
I mean, I can't make any guarantees.
All right, well, then I want to go to work tomorrow. Hey, kids. Where's Secret?
Yes. So this is one of the barns on the Whitaker estate. And this is an actual vintage horse carriage, which of course was a steal of a deal that we could not avoid bringing it here and giving it new life. I mean, I think every haunter has a story about, look at that, guys. I actually learned how to use the gimbal just now. It's important. But actual prop that lives here at Frightmare and gets to be reborn into something cool and functional, and our guests get to see it and they get to love it. And this is right out in one of our queue lines.
How
in
awesome.
between the house and the labyrinth. Yeah. So one of the things that we do here is for utilizing space. Look at that. See? Sorry, guys, trying to get the light on. Is we are really conscious of space, and thank you. And we have a centralized queue system also to train our audience where they enter attractions, you know, where they go for tickets, how they get into the park. One of the things I wanted to show you guys early on was descending into the park from the parking lot. Unfortunately, the signal fairies took that away too. So
Do you use time ticketing? How do you do your ticketing?
So we did time ticketing and with COVID, and what we found was people for us, the customer service for time ticketing was pretty difficult. We still use it. We're trying to push a majority to pre-sale. A lot of other haunts in the area do different style systems. We take all cash and tender. Depending on the night, Sam tells them it's crushed glass, baby fingers. Xavier tells them that. Sorry. Yeah. So that's one of the things. And so we also we I think it's coming down the pipeline. I follow the words of Spencer Terry that we need to get on that fully, and Ben too. So that transition, you know, we'll see what happens.
Time ticketing certainly has become such an effective tool post-COVID. without giving any numbers, how has your rebounding been from COVID? Have you been seeing a beautiful increase? How are you doing this season?
Rebound. Okay. So I guess the best thing to say is we had kind of anticipated dips and kind of going in ebbs and flows. This season, I guess, is the best way to say it is COVID is not a factor, right?
That's great.
Yeah. Knock on wood, right? In a lot of ways. But also, I mean, we've seen significant increases all the way around, and that's the thing for us is growth has always been important. And once we start to tread on that explosive growth, that's when we start growing more, So we're actively growing. That's the best way to say that.
Great. Now you being a marketing, like that's your niche. You have gone
Marketing is my niche.
Yes. How have your trends changed? We always have haunt owners that are always asking, where should we spend our money?
Yeah. So I can give you, so the biggest thing is having a sales circle, not a sales funnel, right? Really going to your roots to some degree. The other thing is building the bonds with your customers, right? That's really important. The other big thing is, your show sells you more than anything, right? So if you're putting your passion, your heart into your show, it's going to shine. And that's something that we have here that we absolutely love. I mean, we not only do we love the people, every year I say it, I fall in love with the Corpse Crew in so many ways. This year, I'm not saying they're my favorite. I'm saying that I have never had a crew like them before that captures my heart in the way that they do. And I always, Xavier, I'll tell you, what can I say, right? No, but it shows. It shows in their performances. It shows in the nights where we're like, hey, it's going to be a little busy, and then surprise, it's really busy, So, but that's what I mean. I mean, the magic to me is, there's a secret sauce to some degree, right? But is the people that we have, the managers that we have, the directors that we have, the passion that goes into it, the innovation, and the constant want to create and create fun fall memories.
I think that summed up perfectly, because we talk about the secret sauce every time you and I get to interview somebody.
Yeah.
It's always the people. It's the passion and the people and making that a perfect marriage. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, we do have, besides the request to see your costuming rooms, do you have any specific ones? And I know that there's a ton out there, but do you have any prop makers or animatronic makers or producers that you use in your attraction?
So, okay, and Aaron's going to give me hand signals. So I want to make sure I get them all, because we actually went through this and I wanted to show some of them, but obviously, I don't know if you can hear our awesome recording in the background, but he's going off on our story out here. But we've got some Unit 70, we've got Scare Factory, we've got some really cool distortion stuff. Ghost ride bodies. I was all excited to be like, Michael, look, they're here. They want to stay hidden. We've got Poison props, Toxic FX.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to Studio 1031. When we go over to the workshop, we're going to show you guys some of their stuff, their costumes and their really cool things. Of course, Jeremy wants me to give out a big shout out to Jason Baker and to Mr. Jimmy FX because they do a lot of his stuff. Shatter FX is another one that we do a lot with. I'm trying to look at Aaron to mouth it to me, but he's holding the light for me, so I can't see anything. So don't judge me. I'm going to give you the real behind the scenes. There you go. Thank you, Xavier, for putting yourself to work.
Love it.
Oh, yes. Gore galore. Shout out to Kevin for making something magical happen before this season was something new for the Labyrinth. That was awesome. Who am I missing? Anybody? I mean, there's so many. Huge shout out to Froggy's Fog for, setting the scene and the mood for us here at Frightmare often with a lot of their really cool things. We actually use snow, or we did use snow for a number of years in our house. Last year's theme was Winter's Harvest.
Okay.
The Tatterdemalions took over the interior of the estate. So there were all sorts of really cool scarecrows, plus snow effects coming inside. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if the Wi-Fi is restored, even just to do a little bit in here.
Okay.
I don't know. The tech director's looking at me like, your guess is as good as mine if it actually came back. I'm just kidding. Let's just go see. Come on, Xavier.
Well,
What if yeah, go ahead.
as we're going on this adventure, you had mentioned there might be some new things. Is there anything that you picked up off the Transworld floor that you're incorporating this year or maybe in the near future?
Yeah, so some of the stuff from Gorgalore. All right, guys. We might lose you, but we keep going and trying.
Uh-oh. Sounds like her signal is not cooperating.
Breaking up. No. Oh, man. How about now? Can you see me?
We can. Yes.
Sad face. Guys, this is crazy. We tested it, right? So, what else can we do besides try, right?
That's it.
That's the curse of the house, I guess, right? It is spooky. Here, let's go this way. So yeah, a lot of that cool stuff came in. I'm trying to think what else came in right beforehand. Halloween or Studio 1031. Like I said, did a lot of our new costumes and stuff. Here, I can show you the queue lines for the hayride. I don't know if you can see the pig heads up there. Aaron, who made those pig heads? Are those internal?
Very nice.
Yeah, so those are internal. Like I said, we got a lot of really cool creators here with that. And sorry, we're just ducking through a queue line really quick. But yeah, Chris, how is it going? Is anybody actually still watching?
There are tons of comments. Orion Allen actually just said hi to you, and I'm assuming a big super fan.
Hi, Ryan. Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. All right, so very cool. Let me get my ring light and set up my stage here. You guys ready to see the workshop and some of the craziness and chaos from behind the scenes?
Yes,
AKA the teenager's bedroom. I'm just kidding. All right, so like I said, so we've got a pretty big campus here. So we are going to be going for up and around, I guess is the best way to say it. To some degree, we might lose signal for just a minute. So if we do, you just let me know. Just stay close. But we've got to navigate around. So we obviously use ATVs, we use tractors, we use, other modes of transportation. Go ahead, Chris.
Have you always been 40 acres, like since the very beginning, or did you grow?
Nope. We've grown. Actually, one of the interesting things about this area is usually people keep property, but we've been fortunate enough with just different opportunities to be able to grow on this side. Sorry, guys, this is the magic of live. We're being transported to our other world. So again, that's been a progression. Like as attractions grow, we've been able to grow on that side too. So, and a lot of the other buildings and stuff on other properties are used for multiple purposes. So one of the other cool things is, we have a lot of people that wow, I can hear really well now. Sorry. Yeah, thanks. But yeah, one of the cool things is we have a lot of people that commute from all over the place. So even, a couple of hours away. So I think we've joked about this before, but like Sam lives in my basement during the season.
My 9th season doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys know as haunters, you got to do what you got to do to be able to survive. And, Sean sometimes lives up here on the weekends, and other people, and the cool thing is they're actual houses. So, this is it. Can you guys still hear us, see us?
It's great. It's the best it's been inside of the building.
Really? All right. So let me just kind of walk you through this. So I'm going to try, again, I'm fighting with this technology here. So we break up all of our attractions. Again, it's all for speed. Wow. So like all of those costumes right there, the hayride. All of these costumes here are the trail. All the costumes here are the labyrinth. We've got everybody that goes in different spaces and places. Everybody has their own tags. Shout out to Ginny, who is our costume master. Hold on one second. Ready? You come this side.
So I've known Ginny since I was like 16, and I actually brought her on. When she
Yes.
came over for costume, she made this entire coat
Oh, wow.
from scratch 2 years
Yes,
ago. It's,
yes.
yeah.
So in like this space and place, actually, like these doors are normally wide open.
Sure.
Shout out to Kevin at Gorgalore. Those are some awesome ones. They sign in. They've got to all sign in with their attractions and stuff too. We've got, it's a big circular area for everybody to go through. Like our hayride and our queue actually like sits over there, and they can't see you. You guys can keep going. At this point, I'm just FaceTiming with Chris. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all it is.
No,
We're
so
just hanging out.
yeah, really, right. But this area allows for that to happen, and that was one of the things that came out of COVID was not basically keeping people to smaller spaces, right? So now we have this big open air area. We do, it's funny because there's the airbrush stations right here. There's dirt and blood and gore that goes on over here. We have each of
factory.
yeah, no, really it is. Each of the attractions have different designated things. Some of the actors will sign things out. Some of the other things, will happen there. This is Miriam Whitaker is one of the characters, and we've got a couple of her that hangs out in there. And actually, Aaron was just making sure that I knew that that's Cody Ryan. He's one of our amazing on-staff talent. He does a lot of our graphic works, and he does a lot of creating when we come up with original themes and characters. We actually don't use any licensed material here. That was something that when Frightmare started, we wanted it to be creative and original. And so, we do a lot of different techniques. Obviously, in COVID, one of the cool things was all of our makeup artists learned how to airbrush.
Okay.
Shout out to Rip City for fast liquids and a lot of other stuff, and helped us get through that process. Taylor, Holly, Brian, all were great resources with that. We switched a lot of our blood and stuff to Bloody Mary and being able to do a lot of larger sprays on that side. So those were all extremely important. And those are all things that we've kept going forward because it's increased the space and place. But we've got a pretty large makeup team. I mean, again, that's a lot of faces. And if they don't have custom mask work, then they're getting painted on the day. So there is anywhere from, I'm trying to count them as fast as I can. There's like 7 makeup stations. There's prosthetics and injury. There's wigs. There is, what's over here? This is the eye black. We have separate stations and separate things for people to do that. We've got the Frightmare Farms ash powder. And then outside this door is blood.
Keep it outside.
Yeah, exactly. No, so then here, actually, Xavier, let's come out here for a minute. All right, so I don't even know if I sent you guys pictures of this, but this is going to be a big, dark, open area, but I'm just going to show you really quick. So out here, all right, this is by the garage light or the workshop light. This big, huge area on any given haunt night is actually filled with our 160 plus staff. And this became a godsend during COVID, and this is what's kept. And we do a large warm-up activity, and we get everybody hyped and ready to go. And if you see any of our like behind the scenes, people like always capture this because they love it. But like most of our actors after COVID, so this is what it looks like on a show night here. They sign in over here. They get to walk through this massive area. And then they end up coming out on the other side. Then we make them, stay around here. I shouldn't say we make them, but they gather out here. Yeah. Wait, here we go. We're gonna watch Xavier biff it.
I get it. I'm in makeup.
Yeah. No,
I
he does because we leave so early, and I'm like, I need your help. No. Yes. No, but like Sean, shout out to Sean for making sure that I've got a PA system here because I can't be heard that well. Yeah, and then we do like our notes and our pump up, and a lot of that's how we get our magic going. And then it's great to watch like our corpse crew all comes together, and like there are certain people that like they're hooting and hollering in between and yelling their attraction names, and like all that stuff is just organic from them, and they get hyped up, ready to go, and yeah.
It's a time for us all to come together as a giant ensemble before we split up into our attractions.
Yeah, does that make sense? Can
It-
you
it
hear him?
does. So we could.
Yeah, it can be very impersonal sometimes when, you know, especially now that we have 4 attractions. Like when I started, it was just one, and we were all one, like, very small, tight-knit group. So being able to have these gathering moments to touch base, to give notes, and to really feel that common energy, I think really is what is
Yeah.
what really makes the magic here.
Yeah, one of our magics. Yeah,
One of our many magics.
yeah.
Brings the whole company.
Chris,
the whole
how
thing.
are we doing?
There you go.
How
We're
you
doing
doing?
great.
How are we doing signal-wise?
We're the best signal you've had in a while. This is great.
Okay, this is crazy because this is, I mean, we've got Wi-Fi all over the property, and I have full Wi-Fi right here, right now. I don't
So-
know what happened across the road. So,
We have some love here. We have to tell you about. So,
okay, we got love.
Orion Allen, Susan Ann Sands Douglas, Chance Spector, Josh Muters, and Mark Callaway. Cacavale?
Okay, yeah, Cacavelli, yep. Mhm.
That's awesome.
Wow, holy crap.
all kinds
Hi,
of love
guys.
there.
Thanks for joining us at Frightmare Farms. Some of them are old members, some of them are new members, and some of them are I think fans, actual true fans. So that's really amazing. Yeah.
Chance has a question and says, do you mostly use masks, makeup, or is it a mixture?
So it's a pretty good mixture. We actually use a lot of silicone masks, which if you've been in a silicone mask is a feat of it all of its own. But a lot of the makeup is done here in-house. And like I said, it's a mixture of airbrush. We still have some that do painting by hand on site, but you know, everybody, it's still, we do a lot with the full makeup experience, right? Would you say it's pretty even? Yeah. Yeah. So, and masks made a big comeback because of COVID. They really did, like in a lot of ways. But it also, you know, it was interesting to watch some of the actor behaviors with that, you know, and how that kind of empowered them in different ways. Great question.
One actor, Orion, just said my makeup takes like 20 minutes. So obviously, you guys are very detailed in your approach. I love that.
No. So shout out to Jen, shout out to Deanna and Doug and all of the people that literally make that magic happen. Seriously, I mean, just, you know, our makeup artists arrive really early on show nights, and they pump through a lot of faces in this space. Yeah, right. Yeah.
We were just talking and giving love to, obviously, all of us get a chance to see the actors and the actresses that entertain us, but the amazing supporting cast that makes that all possible. Shout out to all of the love of the behind the scenes people.
Yes. And like, I mean, we have a costuming department. I mean, we have a large creative department, obviously, but makeup, costumes, even like lighting design, tech design, you know, the animatronics, pneumatics, all of that stuff is giant and huge. We didn't show the tank. It's okay.
You gotta show us the tank.
It's fine. I know the air tank. It's all right. It's not as big as Alan's. It's not even close, but you know, we have one. So there's that. There's that. Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's not even that I'm that important. It's just that I was the one who was willing to be on camera.
There you go. Well, right.
So humble, and they do all of
yes.
the underneath work.
That's a very good point.
Really
Yes. Yes.
In our famous, I think we need to coin the phrase, but wait, there's more. Is there anything from Frightmare Farms that you might want to give an exclusive to us, might want to show us, or anything else left to be seen?
I think I've showed you guys so much, and I wanted to show you the house. And if I can't show you the house, then I definitely can't show you the trail, which makes me really sad just because of where it's located. But also gives you that extra layer of creepy that there's not a lot of cell phone signal out here.
That's right.
I wish I could give you more on that side. I can give you an update to say, like, we really are still growing. There's so much more up our sleeves, and we are so fortunate to be, you know, doing business, especially after COVID. But also, we're still creating, and we're still growing. We're still growing our corpse crew. We're still growing from a standpoint of even just the whole operation. And there's so much more to come, and so many things I'm so excited about. I mean, in true haunter form, you know, myself and the others have been talking, and we've already got big plans for next year, and you know, more crazy cool stuff to come.
The paint is never dry when it comes to an artist.
I
I love that
yes,
about you. I mean,
yes. I
it's-
think I told the story last week about the paint never being dry. The one time in the trail, actually, that was Aaron's attraction, and a customer felt the need to sit down. Yeah, the paint is literally never dry. Yeah, it's a personal experience.
This
Yeah.
is such a unique and amazing experience. Obviously, you and I get to sit down, and you wear several hats
Yeah.
in this industry, and to be able to showcase one of those hats that we don't often get to see, and you
Yeah.
understand it from both sides of the fence of what we're
This
trying to do.
is stressful, Chris. We've got to talk about.
It was.
great.
We really should. We'll save that for next week because
Yeah.
being in the field is just crazy, awesome, and fun.
It's crazy.
And
Yeah.
stress.
Yeah, well,
fun.
because you know why? Because I'm used to reading all those comments and like almost having that like safe harbor of like, all right, this might be
Yes.
crazy, but they're with me. I can't see it this time.
No.
So that's very weird. So that's a whole new experience for me.
You feel blind. But there are a couple more questions if you have some time.
Yeah, I've got time.
Okay.
I also have more people that I want to talk about in the meantime too. So go ahead.
Please do. Barry had asked, is your property a year-round haunt? Now, I know you mentioned earlier that you do off-season events. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you do for the other 11 months of the year?
Yeah. So,
of course, I think we lost her.
Person just came to mind, especially from COVID. I'm just like thinking and reminiscing about like our 12-foot skeletons and a lot of our skeleton corpses and stuff. And actually some of our big puppet wearable costumes. Shout out to Pete, because Pete does a lot of that stuff. And, on any given summer day, you can drive by and see Pete on a ladder, go into town on a skeleton, or, helping with other really cool props and stuff. But that's kind of what happens. This is a creation space for the rest of the year, which, sounds crazy to a lot of people. But if you're a hunter and you're passionate, you kind of understand that.
That's right. Very much
Yeah.
so. So you have off-season events. What do you do any trainings or get-togethers for your actors and your crew?
Yes, we do. We do a lot of that. We actually, we are hiring all year round. We're constantly working on stuff all year round. We're bringing people in and doing trainings and offering different classes. We have Ghoul School because we've got a lot of people that want to learn things, and we have opportunities. We bring people to Midwest and Transworld and stuff, but there's a lot of people that are learning to do they want to just learn everything, right? They want to learn the ins and the outs. They want to learn about airbrushing. They want to learn about makeup. They want to learn how to distress a costume, and we've got a lot of resources here and a lot of incredibly talented people that are like, hey, let's on this Sunday, we're going to do this. We also have, I can't go away from saying this, a lot of safety training too.
Sure.
There's a lot of classes. Shout out to Aaron on that one too. Has done stuff with that. We also have, people that have come from other attractions that help with just general attraction safety, and individuals that do, they want to even make crafts off season. I'm going to totally pick on Shayna, one of our Corpse Crew alumni that, making haunted gingerbread houses,
Sure.
If you're watching.
No, and and we've had our fair share of really cool people, obviously, but it just keeps coming. They just they just keep gravitating towards us, and that's awesome. So yeah.
I cannot tell you how much love. I wish you were seeing this live, because you're getting.
I know, I'm excited.
From Bill.
Chris, you didn't think I had any friends.
I know you've got a ton of friends. Bill Corcoran, Tori, Sean again is.
Oh, tell Tori to behave.
But we do have a good question actually here, and Sean actually asked it. So, is there any advice that you might have for an attraction that is considering to start doing off-season attractions and offerings?
So the biggest thing is I guess, knowing your audience. The other big thing is, our market here is very, very, very difficult because our market does so many short seasons. There is, it's a lot of risk, number one. But the bigger thing is, like for us, Christmas events and other things like that, we haven't found our niche in that for us, except in horror. But we do it with the purpose of learning, right? And kind of take it from that angle. And that's really, our focus here is Halloween, right? Our focus here is doing what we do, doing it best, and doing it for our community and our fans. But we wouldn't just do something to do it, right? Do it with a purpose, I guess.
I love it. I love it. That's great
Thank you.
stuff. Now, of course, we have to ask you some of our favorite questions
ready.
that we get to ask everybody.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm
And
ready.
now I get to interview you.
Go ahead. Hit me, Chris.
I'm pretty sure that this is the easiest question on the planet. For any of us that know you, what's your favorite Halloween or horror movie?
Well, so actually this has recently changed.
Oh, no.
It is now Hocus Pocus 2. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news. I've watched it enough that I'm now like, you know what? This is great. I really, really do love it. You know what else? Sleepy Hollow. I've always loved Sleepy Hollow. I love Trick or Treat and also The Others. We were just recently talking about the inspiration of The Others. The movie The Others. Yeah.
No, wait, can we go back to Hocus Pocus here? Because we are showing a picture of you as the fourth with Sanderson's sister. We heard that whole thing was born right there at Frightmare Farms.
Oh my God. Okay. So fun story behind the scenes. Halfway through, Xavier's just getting a screen capture of it now. Halfway through the season, we always used to be, I don't want to say the word small enough, but our show used to allow us to do a halfway through the season celebration. And it just so happened to be Mr. Jeremy Ginsburg's birthday celebration, which after this past weekend that just passed, we've officially surpassed those abilities. And every year it'd be something different. So one year it was a clown burlesque show, and all the clowns came traipsing down to the fire pit afterwards and did a huge dance number for him. The next year was Hocus Pocus. A couple of years later, we did a funeral for his 30s. So when he turned 40, we buried that like New Orleans style funeral procession. Prayer, tiny little coffin that we had like 8 people with 8 fingers carrying down, and it was to put a nail in that coffin of the mid-season birthday thing. So anyway, it was, yeah. So so that particular year, it was Hocus Pocus. It was also the year that Disney like partnered to like put costumes at Spirit, and I think it was Shayna's idea. It was, and we also had Steve who pulled off a Bully Butcherson in like 45 minutes, because remember it's post night, right? So like our concession stand's still open, all that's still going, and so that was it. And so somewhere is a video of me singing "I Put a Spell on You," dressed as Winifred Sanderson with
Wait, can I just say, so I am Mary in that video.
I see this. All of our viewers are seeing.
Yeah, no, that's so at Spirit Halloween there were no Mary wigs. So I don't know if you remember
that,
but before the show, we bought like a wig that worked, and I'm sitting on Nicole's toilet because Jeremy doesn't know at this point. It's a surprise for him.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Closing the bathroom door while she's like arranging it in the perfect Mary.
I forgot. I used like a wire hanger and everything.
So,
Yeah.
Really good job.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I mean, I know this might be hard to believe, but I throw a heck of a party, and like craziness. Parties are my thing. I love them. So with that, of course, and I'm like behind the scenes, and I had forgotten lipstick. And actually, shout out to Liz, who is our RIP host, because we have private party areas on the property. She usually hosts them. She just so happened to have lipstick in her pocket, and she's like, "Oh wait, here we go." And there it was, when he was born. And actually, here's a little known fact: that wig is a wig from when I played Lucille Ball for Halloween the previous year. And I just styled that myself too.
Look at that, behind the scenes exclusives.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Why do you get excited about Halloween? What drives you?
Okay. So this is funny because I've always had this one. So when I was a kid, I actually I loved Halloween. My dad always dressed up. Halloween was always a big thing. We were always like with our family and my cousins, and my parents always made sure like we were all.
Uh-oh. I think the house took her back there. All right, well, we work on getting Nicole back. Thank you, number one, for watching, always for staying with us. Thanks for all of these amazing fans that love Nicole. She's going to be back here in a second. We're just getting her reconnected, so hang on with us. Please don't forget about Legendary Haunt Tour. It's coming up the second weekend in November. We are going to be seeing Nashville Nightmare. We're going to be seeing Devil's Dungeon, Slaughterhouse, Miller's Thrillers, all this amazing food, beautiful Nashville. Get your tickets now, legendaryhaunttour.com. Time and space are running out. So please, please, please. Of course, we will be back here with you doing amazing things, bringing you amazing people next Tuesday. That's October 25th. And that's our last show before Halloween. So I would advise this, and I guarantee that I go about us. How about that? So come back, join us. Nicole will be back in the studio. We'll be hanging out, and she's here. She's here.
I'm here. I'm sorry. Actually, yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
So I got a phone call and it kicks me out. But I want to answer the question what I do on Halloween. I've been waiting.
Yes. What? That was
Okay,
that's the big crescendo.
Yeah, I know. So the big crescendo is this. So actually, we are not open on Halloween because a lot of us do still have. I mean, I selfishly have a young family, and Halloweens are so important, and the family aspect of it is important. And actually, so on Halloween, my kids always get out early. I take them out early. We get everything all ready. We put our little thing together. I always make sure there's a big snack table for when we come home afterwards and watch Hocus Pocus. But we have like matching Halloween jammies, the whole thing. My kids actually don't like candy or trick-or-treating, but they still go out and they get a big bag and then we donate it. And then we go to a home haunt. Actually, shout out to Aaron. He was just here. He runs a home haunted attraction in the neighborhood over from us. And we go out there and my kids have always just done their best to walk through it. And there's a lot of the professional haunters that are there still scaring at his house. We have a nice little like family get together on the other side. And then we go home, snuggle in our matching Halloween jammies and turn on Hocus Pocus. And then once the kids go to bed, it's usually something else terrifying that Jeremy is trying to make me watch. And then, yeah.
That actually sounds awesome, actually. So thank you for sharing that.
It's
Seriously.
not Dick Van Dyke.
It's
it's not like other crazy things. But that's what happens in the Ginsburg household. And that's the magic. And the cool thing is like Sam is there and other people are there.
The bathroom with all my makeup.
Yeah, a lot of the haunt, like a lot of our haunt folks are all in that fold, and like they come out and see my kids and
but
all
Halloween
that.
is really for the home haunters. That's really
Halloween is for the home haunters. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Big shout out.
Yes, Ravenhaven,
Yes,
Diana.
It's their time to shine because that's you should be out in the neighborhood and trick or treating, and because it gets dark so early in this part of the country. Trick or treating is really a big thing up here.
It is. It's a huge thing here. So we like to be out for that. And, for the first time ever in the history, the Ginsburg actually have a small yard display. We actually accomplished that. Yeah. If anybody was wondering where my 12-foot skeleton is, it's actually out in front of this barn on the other side. So, so didn't make it home this year, but yes. So Chris, thank you.
Thanks you
for having me on. I'm feeling honored. I hope it was everything and more. I wish I could have showed you more of the inside, but yeah.
The house likes to keep its secrets. We want to thank, of course, Sam and Aaron and Sean and Jeremy and your entire crew. But most of all, thanks to you for spending your time and getting.
Chris, thanks for having. Thank you guys. Thank you. No,
she's a pillow.
Yeah, but really, thanks for having us, guys. I hope that our audience was able to get a little bit behind the scenes, behind our screams, and also see, what it's like to have a haunted attraction that I call us a non-mega haunt, right? Will we be someday? I hope so. But if nothing else, there was this one time in the mid-October that we got on Transworld Live and doing big things now. So
I'm so glad to do this with you. Will you come back with me to the studio?
I will. I'll be back in the studio with you next Tuesday. We're going to have all sorts of cool news too. Chris, we got to get to McDonald's though. The boo buckets are out.
They're out. They're out.
Exactly.
Can we go right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
Yeah, Xavier, you're good enough. You get a Happy Meal. So stay tuned. We'll be there. Chris, and it's 1 week closer to Halloween.
I know. It's going to be our last show before Halloween. Next Tuesday, Be here 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks to all of you for watching.
Thanks, Chris.
For all of the love for Nicole and her entire crew. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Go support your local haunted house, and we'll see you next week.